Good afternoon. Today we're going to be talking about how to design a single-use egg carton, specifically a capsule. This case study was performed for DP Packaging. First, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Brock Shaw, and I'm the principal designer at Shaw Design Firm. This is a family-owned firm, and we were contacted by DP Design to help them with their current issues with their current packaging. Today we're going to cover three different topics. The first is we're going to discuss the case study of our client DP Packaging and the issues that they face. And then we're going to go through our design process. And then finally, how we arrived at our solution. So as was previously mentioned, the client that we are working with is called DP Packaging. They are a large firm who specializes in supplying eggs to a multitude of different stakeholders. DP Packaging's main issue is that they're currently losing revenue year over year. They've isolated this issue to egg breakage that occurs during transport, and then ultimately their customers returning the broken product back to their warehouse. They've determined if they redesign their egg packaging as well as their branding, they will see a 4% increase in revenues for 2019. This will take them up to 16% from 12% and stop the decline. The stakeholders at play are, of course, DPP, a farmer's market, a store buyer, egg broker, shipping company, and ultimately the end consumer. Each of these stakeholders will have to interact with the new redesign as well as respond well to its branding. As we began to look at what options might work for DP, we started with an inspiration board. We determined three different words that we wanted to work around to influence our designs. These words were structural, natural, and geometric. As we look at the definition, structural means relationships between the parts or elements of a complex whole. Natural is existing in or caused by nature, and geometric is characterized by or decorated with regular lines or shapes. All of these definitions need to be incorporated into the final prototype that we choose. With the inspiration board in hand, we then moved into brainstorming. With our colleagues at the office, we generated 60 ideas, of which the top 3 were chosen. These are the top 3 ideas. The first incorporates some sort of suction cup or bumper to hold the egg in place. The second is a bag that can be hung on a shelf to protect a single egg. And the third is a hinged modern square package. With the top 3 brainstormed ideas in hand, we then moved on to physical models. Here are the 3 models that we used to determine which route to continue to move forward the ideas with. As you can see, each of these 3 represent one of the brainstormed ideas. A big part of understanding which model to choose was observing how different users interacted with each of the models. This is called the OBE, or Open Box Experience. Basically, how does the user open and access the egg? What are the wins? What are the losses? Is it easy to gain access to the egg? What could be improved on the design, on the branding? We take all this information as we move forward to the final prototype. One of the biggest takeaways from this observational learning activity was that only 2 of the 3 sketch models survived the drop test. And here we have the final prototype. As you can see, there are several elements of the final prototype that match our inspiration board. For geometric, the form is very angular. It's a hexagon form. The color, both the gray and the yellow, relate to the inspiration board, and they mirror the concrete and the yellow paintings on the concrete. And then as we go into the OBE experience, you'll notice that the interior also fits the natural. The nesting material matches the inspiration board as well. With the OBE experience, Here you can see a series of photos that take you through the steps of opening and accessing the egg. First, you have the stand, which holds the hexagon form on the horizontal. Without the stand, it could also be oriented vertically. Then you have the capsule sleeve. You can see this on the second image on the left, going down the left side. Next, you can remove the paper collar. This holds the hinged box together and prevents the egg from falling out too quickly. And then finally, once the collar is removed, the opened hinged box reveals nesting material with the egg safely kept inside. What you cannot tell is that underneath the slit areas inside the open box, there are also bumpers from the sketch model incorporated into the design. Now let's take a look at a short video showing the capsule in action. This is approximately a 15 to 20 foot drop off the back of a deck.
Testing capsule prototype from a multi-story drop off of a deck. Retrieving the prototype. Egg is still intact. No breakage.
So as you can tell, the final prototype was ultimately successful. In conclusion, today we talked about our client, DP Packaging, and their issue that they had with eggs breaking during transport. We walked you through our design process and showed you the steps it took to arrive at a successful solution. In the end, DP Packaging was extremely happy with the final design. Not only did they see an increase of 4%, but the actual year-end number was closer to 6%. That's what I'd call successful design. Any questions?